welcome to Lady Boss Mamas. I'm Molly Addis, and I am the creator of Soul Ma, a clothing line for breastfeeding moms, and a blog. And I'm here with my co-host, Laura.
Hi, I'm Laura Katanen. I am a sensory branding and marketing consultant, and I'm also a lifestyle blogger. And Molly and I have joined forces to create Lady Boss Mamas, where we get down to the heart and soul of what it takes to be a mom and a lady boss in today's world. And with us today, oh, by the way, I have an 18-month-old, and his name is Aiden. Totally forgot about the kids. You see, straight into business.
I forgot about my kids too. Bennett is 8 and Andrew is 7.
There we go. And with us today is Team Mom Official. Ladies, please introduce yourself.
Hi. Hey everyone, I'm Jessie. I'm Lindsay, and we are Team Mom.official. And between the both of us, because we are co-parents, we have 2 8-year-olds and an almost 12-year-old.
Almost 12.
So.
Wow. So tell everyone that is watching that might not be familiar 100% with the co-parenting term. Tell us a little bit of what that world looks like for you guys.
Well, for us, pretty good. For a lot of co-parent situations, it can be a little tricky. Especially in the beginning.
We do 1 week on, 1 week off with our kids that we share together, and it's kind of nice.
We have a lot of moms that are like, I need a co-parent mom. And I'm like, yeah, you do. Actually, you really, really do.
How did this sharing come about, and what was that process like for you, ladies?
Well, we didn't just choose to share kids just because.
No, we did not.
We were actually, I was married to Brandon, who actually is Jesse's current husband right now.
And I was married to Kelly, who is Lindsay's current husband right now.
We'll give you a moment to let you put that in your mind. Yeah. And we were friends before all this, and Kelly and I, we developed feelings for each other. You know, we ended up getting together, we got married, and through that process,
Brandon and I also fell in love.
and now we co-parent our children, and that's why our children are shared between the two of us.
3 kids.
Oh my God.
It is extremely modern, blended family situation, and we actually do have our full story on our Team Mom.official YouTube. And I mean, it's like the nitty-gritty story. We tell the details because we want people to understand that if we can co-parent the way we do through our situation,
If we can do this,
you can do it.
So this month we're talking about fears, and we're talking about them a lot related to, starting a business or taking a leap of faith. So in this scenario, because it's not traditional, what fears did you have around it, or do you still have that you kind of have to say, like, this is okay, the children are healthy, we're healthy, it doesn't matter what other people think, like things like that?
Yeah, I mean, I think that there are definitely fears of putting our story out there for people to hear us and judge us. And no matter what we say, you always do care what people think of you.
Absolutely.
And of our children and our family in general. So for me, I was definitely fearful. I was fearful for Lindsay to put her part of the story out there, and I didn't want her to be attacked.
Mm-hmm.
And as we have gone through this process of becoming vloggers and putting our story out there, a lot of Instagram posts about it, it's been so positive that any of those fears that we had before are just have really gone away.
We know the more followers we get and the more things we do, there's always going to be some negativity out there, but we're so comfortable in our situation at this point as a co-parenting relationship that people are going to have their thoughts, because ultimately we just care about people seeing our story so they can understand that making co-parenting work is the most important thing. So sometimes we kind of have to put our fear aside so others can benefit from it, if that kind of makes sense.
What about like the other side? So the men in your lives, the husbands, how were they when you approached them with this sort of, show or series that you wanted to create, and what was that process like?
Well, we've only been doing Team Mom.official for about 7
months,
8 months, the actual social media side of it. So we're into year 5 of our co-parenting relationship. And when Jesse and I kind of started talking about it, our biggest thing was, listen, it's got to be all 4 of us willing and wanting to be a part of this. Not that our husbands really do much with it, but we wanted them to be on board because we wanted their support. So when we went to our husbands, you know, and told them what we wanted to do, they were on board. I don't really think there was much reservation because we wanted to help other couples. So that's why they were like, we get it. My husband was like, I'm fine with it as long as I don't have to be on camera.
If you were picturing yourselves like 5 years from now and you were surrounded by what you want to see and what you want to build, and what would that look like?
Okay, so when we started Teen Mom, like I said, the only vision we really had, and we literally said this out loud, if we could help one co-parenting relationship better, that's all that matters to us. And ultimately, our ultimate goal is to continue our co-parenting relationship to be stronger and better no matter what. So that's our family first, our relationship, that is our number one goal. And if sharing our journey helps, I mean, even right now, it's kind of the same goals right now because we have no idea what the future holds. But just if our journey can help people, that's all we really want. That's my answer.
Yeah, I think that with that, for us helping other people, that helps their children, and you're helping like posterity, really. I mean, this is a ripple effect, and unfortunately, divorce is huge.
Yeah, it's very common now.
Very common, and co-parenting is something that 50% of America, and I mean the world really, is having to do, and we don't know how to do it. I don't know why. We are just immature adults sometimes. And so our message, and in 5 years from now, I hope we're still spreading that message of positivity through co-parenting.
What do you mean when you say some people don't know how to do it? Like, what's an example of that?
Sometimes parents use the child as a pawn in their game of co-parenting.
So much.
And it's completely not fair to the kid. It's not the kid's fault that they aren't getting along. That should have nothing to do with the child, but the parents make them part of it. So we almost, and because the parent is making the child a pawn in that, the child then has to become the adult.
Co-parents sometimes make it so exhausting when it could actually be very beneficial to your life. Yes, if Jessie could have her children full time, or if something were to happen to Kelly and I, she would totally take those kids on full time. Yes. Vice versa, if I needed to take those kids and be a full time mom with them, I would. But we don't. We have them every other week. But because of that, we make the most out of our situation. We actually get to date our husbands every week. We get to act like parents that don't have children. Yes, we are still involved in our children's lives, but you know what? We took our situation that could have been very ugly and negative and nasty like most people do, but we've really turned it around into something very positive for others and for ourselves as well.
I love it. I also think that it's so important to prioritize self-care, and the situation that you guys have, you know, it's supportive of that a little bit more than maybe, you know, a typical scenario.
I do think that it has taught us to have that self-care.
Yeah.
And to really, that it's okay to put yourself first sometimes.
Starting the YouTube series, were there any fears or things that you guys had to overcome in terms of being on camera and all the video stuff?
Oh my gosh.
Well, first off, I had to say I fell in love with another woman's husband. Hello? Can you imagine? Like when we first decided to do this, that was not the avenue we were going to take.
No.
And I came to Jessie and I said,
Listen, people need to know both sides. Not of our story, but both perspectives, because there's other people out there that have been through certain situations that are similar, and they need to know the amount and level of forgiveness that took place for us to be where we are, because we weren't just two women that they got divorced and Brandon and I got divorced and then somehow met by chance. No, that's not it at all. We were friends. We hung out on a regular basis. So to put the truth out there, it was so scary.
I was so nervous for her.
I was afraid I was going to get like beat up in an alley. How dare you?
And she's had to tell the story not just once.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, I mean, here we are again, telling it again. It's over and over and over again, and that's not easy. It's not easy for me to hear it. It's not easy for her to say it, and it's not easy to be on camera while you say it and just try to keep it together.
Right.
Well, you know what, ladies, I commend you. Every time somebody asks me how I met my husband, it is such a difficult story to share because I met him through my ex-fiance. So, you know, every time somebody asks the story, and for a while I was afraid, you know, what will my son think? Like, oh my God. But it's so, it takes a lot of courage, and I respect what you guys are doing a lot, like totally.
Yeah, thank you.
When you mentioned that you know, your like mission is to just touch one person, what person have you touched that you felt it the most, and what was it that they said, and how did it make you feel?
Can I share a story?
Yeah, by all means.
So my best friend is divorced as well. She recently got divorced, maybe like 2 years, so it's fresh, but then she got remarried, and she was really struggling with her co-parents. And she sent us a picture of her and her co-mom for Halloween, actually, and they were together with the child and doing Halloween together. And she said that it was because of the example that Lindsay and I have set for her. And that just really touched me on a personal level, because that's someone that I love as a sister. To know that I made a difference in her life through this friendship really meant the world to me. And I know that it's been like that for lots of people, but that was just a really hit close to home for us.
That's amazing. Well, we love what you're doing, and we were so glad and honored that you were willing to be a part of our series. Thank you to everyone watching today. I certainly learned a lot from these ladies. You guys are making it look so easy, and I'm sure it's not.
You do. I mean, the twinning, it's just like, it's
So
awesome.
great.
This is not planned.
Not planned, you guys.
Thanks to everyone, and please subscribe to our channel, Lady Boss Mamas. We do this once a week, and we'll be talking to everyone soon. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Yeah.
Bye.